Hello, everyone. It's your girl Tay, and I'm bringing you some more animal news here at the Let's Talk Wild podcast. Today, we'll be talking about the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service proposing Endangered Species Act protections for giraffes. But before we get into that, make sure you follow and subscribe to the podcast on all podcasting and social media platforms. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, like and share the video. Turn on your post notifications so you can be notified when I go live. And you can support the podcast by becoming a member or sending a donation to the Venmo or PayPal. The links will be in the description box. Now, let's talk wild. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service has proposed federal protections for several giraffe species. According to the service, after reviewing the best available scientific and commercial information, they have proposed listing all three subspecies of northern giraffes from West, Central, and East Africa as endangered under the Endangered Species Act. They also propose listing two giraffe species from East Africa as threatened with tailored protections through a 4D rule. We'll get into what the 4D rule is in a minute. They want to list the West African Kordofan and Nubian giraffes as endangered, the reticulated giraffe as threatened with the 4D rule, the Maasai giraffe as threatened with the 4D rule. The service also finds that both subspecies of southern giraffe, the Angolan and South African, are not warranted for listing under the Endangered Species Act. However, given their similarity of appearance to other giraffe species, the service proposes to treat the southern giraffe subspecies as threatened with the 4D rule. What is the 4D rule? It's one of the tools in the Endangered Species Act to protect threatened species. These rules get their name from Section 4D of the Endangered Species Act, which directs the Secretary of the Interior to issue protective regulations deemed necessary and advisable to provide for the conservation of threatened species. The proposed rule, if finalized, will benefit giraffes by reducing illegal hunting and trade of giraffes, by requiring permits for imports into the United States, increasing funding for species conservation in its range countries, research efforts to address conservation needs in United States and global awareness about the decline in giraffes, providing limited financial assistance to develop and manage programs to conserve giraffes. The proposed rule was published in the Federal Registry on November 21st, 2024, and is open for public comment for 90 days. The service will review and consider all comments received by February 19th, 2025, before publishing a final rule. Please go to www.regulations.gov, docket number FWS-HQ-ES- 2024-0157, okay, for more information on that. Now, the three subspecies of northern giraffe have had population declines. This is according to the United States Fish and Wildlife Service. Approximately 77% since 1985, from 25,653 to 5,000 to 919 individuals, and the species no longer exists in numerous countries in West Africa. Only 690 West African giraffes remain. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Woof. The reticulated giraffe population is estimated at 15,985 individuals, with 99% found in Kenya. The Maasai giraffe population is around 45,402, roughly 67% of its numbers from the 1970s. Some of their threats include illegal hunting and trapping, human intrusions and disturbance, human-wildlife conflict, habitat loss, and ecological changes. Now let's get into my final wild thoughts. I'm here for it. They are the tallest animals in the world and they deserve to be protected. I don't want to see them lost in the wild like some of the like species of rhinos and like other animals. Like you cannot find them in the wild anymore. You can only find them in zoos, in captivity. Like I don't want to see that for them, for their future. Okay, so U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and conservationists, do what you got to do to protect the giraffes. I don't want to see that for them. That should not be their future. They should be able to thrive, and they don't be bothering nobody. Like, what is the giraffes doing? They not bothering anybody. Like, seriously. They just be eating a little, grass, they leaves or whatever, and minding they tall business. That's what they doing. So why is like the people bothering them? Leave them alone. I know people are using their body parts and importing their body parts and stuff like that. Listen, if you eating giraffe or using it in spells and potions, it ain't working. Leave the giraffes alone. If you want to hunt a giraffe and mount it on your wall or have giraffe skin on as a rug carpet or whatever, no, that's not what we doing. That's not what we doing. So they gonna do what they need to do. I'm gonna keep you guys updated on what's gonna happen with these giraffes and what's gonna happen with the final ruling. Okay, we already know. Donald Trump will be in office next year, 2025. So we gonna see, how him and his Republicans, react and what they got to say about, protecting the giraffes or whatever. We gonna see what they got to say. Okay, hopefully they have a heart. Okay, and be like, listen, go ahead, just let's handle this, let's handle, because I just feel like, why, like, you should already have a permit anyway in the first place to like import like animal parts. Like, why is this like you gotta have a permit for the USA? Like, shouldn't this already been a thing? Like, I feel like you should have permits for everything in the first place. Are you a museum? Are you a zoo? Are you just a place that's doing research on giraffes? We need to know what's going on, and where these body parts are going, especially in the US, when we can easily, you know detect this stuff. And unless they got a giraffe body part flying over on a private, aircraft, but you need to be doing checks if they coming from these type of countries, honey, that's allowing you to poach, or allowing you to hunt these giraffes for your benefit because they want money, allegedly. Okay, that's my thoughts and opinions. That's my wild thoughts, honey. So y'all leave a comment. What do you guys think about the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service proposing Endangered Species Act protections for giraffes? Like I said, leave a comment, follow, and subscribe to the podcast on all podcasting and social media platforms. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, like and share the video, turn on your post notifications so you can be notified when I go live. You can support the podcast by becoming a member or sending a donation to Venmo or PayPal. The links will be in the description box. Now, love yourself, one another, your pets, and the animals, and the giraffes. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.